welcome. It's Tuesday at 7 and it's card class time. And as is quite often the case, I am prepping for an event this weekend. We have our summer road trip crop going on this weekend, and so I am looking like I just worked out because I have been go since I did work out at 6:30 this morning. So as soon as I get done with this, then I'm going to shower and go to bed, and then we'll do it all over again. So we have our card class tonight, and let's see, we're a little ahead of ourselves. We will have an in the feed drawing tonight. You do have to be present to win. Hi, Nita. Thank you for being on here tonight. And let's see, all you have to do is comment to be entered. The little bots in the background will pick up your comments, your likes, and make sure that you are entered to win some CM credits. And hello, Carol. Good to see everybody jumping on here. Let's see. Let's go through our announcements real quick. We do have our summer road trip crop this weekend. We are driving Route 66 without leaving Port Orange. Registration closes tonight. So I've already given the lunch count to the VFW, but I can amend that through tonight. So I can let her know if we have any others add on tonight. So if you are planning to attend, do that. Make sure you register tonight. So we're 12 to 6 on Friday, and then Saturday is 9 to 6. Saturday includes your lunch. Both days include classes, which are optional. We'll start in Illinois. We'll start in Chicago on Friday at noon, and we will end up in California at the Santa Monica Pier at the end of the Mother Road, Route 66 at 6 p.m. on Saturday. So with lots of fun classes in between, I hope you can join us. Now, if you can't join us for the whole day, I also have a beginner class going on at the same time, 1 p.m. on Saturday the 28th in Port Orange at the VFW. You can come create a 2-page spread, see what Creative Memories is about. If you've been away for a while, you're going to love the new CM. Meet some scrappy people in the room. So if you're watching this and you haven't been to a crop in a while, come make a 2-page spread. It's $10. Bring a friend, and it's just $5 each. So it's like BOGO. And you can meet scrappy people and come make some pages. And so that'll be from just 1 to 2. So super fast. And what else is going on? Right now is 25% off orders of $100 or more. Now, it's one per order, but not limit one per person. So you can make multiple orders if you want. Even with the $8.95 shipping, you're still coming out ahead. It can't be the new stuff. So the new stuff that came out last week, the awesome scenes bundles, it doesn't apply to that. But and the punches that I am in love with. But all of your regular stuff. So your tape runners, your pages, your albums, all that, all count towards. So if you need to stock up for the summer, now's the time. So next Tuesday will be project recipe. Here is the recipe we will be making. And the next week, we've got tool time, and I will be showing the 3 sort of water-based border punches that just came out last Monday. So the whale tail, the shark, and the lobster. And I love the shark and the lobster because they're knockout punches, which means that the little white shapes that you see are the punch poop. So you get little lobsters, you get little sharks, in addition to a fun border. I'm going to love demoing that for you. Then we have our scrapbook club. So this has been meeting the second Thursday of every month so far this year. So at the end of the year, these ladies are going to have 12 2-page spreads. So just like you go to your book club once a month, this is scrapbook club. and you make your 2-page spread, and it's not too late to join. So just come. You don't even have to catch up. But so July, Creative Memories will be coming out with the next quarter. So you can buy a quarter bundle, so July, August, and September, or you can just buy July for $10 and come see what it's about. All right, so Techie Tuesday will be a noontime show on the 15th. And then we have a really fun, on July 17th, afternoon tea and cards at Polly's Tea Room at the River Lily Inn. So you're going to choose one of the big Creative Memories box sets. It makes 12 cards. You're going to have tea or coffee, little cakes and cookies. And so that's going to be a really fun time. So sign up for that. It's $35. That includes your tea and the box cards. And then I'll supply some inks and foam squares and stuff so that you can gussy up your cards if you want to fancy them up a little bit. So make sure you sign up for that. And we're about half full right now, so we still have space for you. This is last call for Helen, Georgia. The final deposits were due yesterday. Can't believe it's 1 month away, but there's still, I think, 1 spot or 2 spots left. We've had some cancellations, so if you would like to join us, we would love to have you come to the mountains of Georgia, to this little Bavarian town where it's Oktoberfest all the time. They have great German beer and, of course, lots of scrapbooking. All right, Scrapapalooza registration's already up for that. That's August 15th and 16th, middle of August. That's our 2-day of festival of scrappy fun, and we look forward to that every year. So just as a reminder that we have our In the Feed drawing tonight, don't forget to say hey if you are watching live and if you're making cards live with us tonight. And hey, Jacqueline, I see you're on here too. So good to see you ladies on here. I guess it's time for us to make these cards. All right. So I have my trimmer because you are going to need that. I think I put that on the front, but you're going to need a pair of scissors or a little trimmer for these cards. So let me go ahead and pull out our cards here. And I've got our samples under here. And our first one is actually going to be this one. May you find comfort in this difficult time. And these little bronze embellishments are floating around. So you should have 6. There's 3 for one card, 3 for another card. Oh, I just noticed that there is a hole in this package. So they might have fallen out because they're so small. Now you wouldn't believe what I had to do to get these. I'm always trying to think of ways that I can send you different embellishments. So this is Nuvo Crystal Drops. And what I did was I dropped it onto glass and let it dry. I thought the piece of glass was around here. So I took the glass out of a frame, put these little drops on, and then picked them all up and popped them in this bag so that you have. And if you decide you don't want to use them, so they they might stick to each other a little bit. They're kind of like rubbery, so they're not like sticky in the sense that they have adhesion. Of course, I didn't think about the heat in the mail, but these two seem to be stuck together. So this is the first time I've tried to do this process. And it may not have worked. I'm always trying to expose you to different different things that you could use on your cards. Yeah, and mine did not even go in the mail. and mine are a little sticky, so I hope yours didn't stick together. I got them apart. I don't know that I'll be able to use them, but you might want to put those aside if you see them, and hopefully they're not all stuck together. Like I said, you can, I would say, embellish at the end, and then you might decide to go all gemstone and not use these. Back when I first started doing card classes, I bought like little, I don't know, they were like little pill things, and I sent, I mailed like stickles. And then sent everyone like a toothpick, and everyone like put the stickles on. Because I was like, well, I can't ship everyone a whole stickles. Oh, Carol, I wasn't even thinking about the mail and the heat. All right, so you might have to go with the gemstones. I wasn't sure, so you guys were kind of my test subjects. So that did not work as planned. So for this first card, which is covered, we're gonna need to fish out of our little package here with our copper that may or may not be stuck to something. You want the 3 potted plants, basically. I can't find any of them right now. All right, so I found one. Oh, here's another one. So one isn't potted. One just looks like this. Oh, good. Oh, good. And okay, here's the other one. So one has like a shovel. Maybe I come down a little bit. One has a little shovel, and one is not potted, one is potted. You won't need your dimensionals, though you could for this one. Now this has the awesome vellum. Love the vellum paper so much. And as we've determined in past card classes, that our vellum tape actually works. The Creative Memories vellum. Oh, I have a foam square stuck to my bone folder here. And I think where is my, I thought I had, whoops. I thought I had a vellum loaded, but it doesn't look like I have a vellum loaded. All right, so that's okay. If I had my vellum, where did it go? I could put it in the corners and you wouldn't see it. Now I'm really concerned. But I'm not going to get up out of my seat and hunt down the vellum. I have lots of repositionable. I count 3 repositionable. I count 0 vellum. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this wood in the middle of the vellum. And if you don't have vellum adhesive, sorry. All right. Well, that's why I sent the other ones. Hopefully, Jacqueline, sorry, yours are stuck together. I did not anticipate the heat factor. So if you don't have vellum tape runner, I put this on using regular or repositionable, and then now you can just put the adhesive under where that is if you're worried about your adhesive showing through. And if you have regular adhesive, you will see it. So, but that's what makes the vellum so cool. But since I can't find mine, and you may not have vellum, I'm showing you what your alternative is. So it's going to be, I put a lot there in the middle. Oh, goodness. Yeah, the Texas heat, like the Florida heat. Carol's probably sat by her front door. See, I handed Anita to hers, but Anita, yours was probably in my car baking itself. All right, so this is how this layers up. Okay, good. See, I knew we'd all figure it out. And now I know that that doesn't work. Using this and on the glass, I thought I was really outsmarting myself there. Okay, so then we're going to add in this one here on the left side. And I didn't use any dimensionals, but if you want to use foam, you can. We will use it on some other ones. So I'm going to put that one there. And then this one I kind of put in the front, kind of put it into that. And then this one I tucked into behind. So it's coming up out of there, out of the back. Oh, thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. It was worth a shot. If it worked, maybe only in the winter months. Maybe I'll try it again in the winter months and see if we can pull it off. Let's see. I don't want to cover up the time here. So, but I kind of want to cover up the brown. I'm going to slide this back in here. And I will add, they're going to kind of be opposite of what they were on this sample. Now I can't get my precision point adhesive to work. Good thing I have a couple of those laying around. Oh, this one looks even more exciting. Okay. So I'm going to attempt to put 3 of these little guys on here. Now I can't even pick them up. Those. I just loved the color. It was so different, and whoop, that one's upside down. Hello. Doing a little flippity flop. Well, the good news is if you can get them on your card, and when you mail them, they're gonna like melt onto your you don't have to worry about them falling off. All right. First card done. Sorry, I'm coughing in your ear. Alrighty, and let's see what our next card is. Okay, this one is going to require some scissoring or some trimming. It's this one. Okay, so this is the package. This was from the Getting Outside embellishment pack. So let's go ahead and put on our base and our background. So let's fold our base, and then we'll get to the cutting. All right, so we're going to start with this dark green here, and hey, now they're trying to jump onto all of my cards. Looks like I need to trim off a little bit of this. Look, I don't know if I just had a rough cutting day, so sometimes it's good to keep your trimmer if those kinds of things bug you, and they do bug me. Who cut these papers? I think it was me. Of course it was me. But I like it when it's even, or even-ish, all the way around. And that one, was not. Now you do have some options. This is beautiful Creative Memories printed paper. I just like the way this watercolor blue looks on here, so I use that side. But you saw there was a really pretty tree scene on the other side, so we're going to use a little table and chairs and potted flower here. Before we stick that down, we've got this, the I love you and hello there. Oh boy. Oh goodness, I'm coughing, I'm sneezing into the mic. I'm so sorry. Don't know where that sneeze came from. I feel like I might have another one coming. All right, so we've got hello there, and then on the other side, and it's now stuck in my trimmer here, we've got love you. And I stamped them in such a way that the flat edge, when you cut it, would be at the top and the bottom. So it would say, hello there, love you. So it can kind of be for a variety of things. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to trim off this side. And yeah, you want it to be, so see how this edge over here, you're gonna cut off about the same distance from that white part there, so that you look like something like this. Okay, and then you've got this little piece, and that's going to be this piece down here in the bottom. So we're going to use our little scissors, and it's about halfway. So if you mess up, or if you don't like the angle, sometimes I don't love the angle that I chose. Sometimes it's too, either it's not the same, or it's too steep, or it's too shallow. So this will give you the opportunity to make it how you want it. And then that's gonna just go like this. Now I did got 14 tape runners over here. What did I do? I did something. Oh, I did pop up the sentiments and also the chair. Oh, shoot. The ribbon. Where's my ribbon? I hope you have ribbon in yours. I don't see ribbon in mine. I don't have 24 ribbons laying around. So I hope I didn't forget to put it in anyone else. I mean, I didn't put it in mine. So, excuse me while I cut my ribbon. I'm glad that we didn't put down this top part yet. Goodness, the sneezes, now my nose is running. Allergies, I guess. And I've got these little copper things everywhere. First I couldn't get them apart. Now I can't get them to stay where they're supposed to be. Alright, so I totally forgot about this ribbon. You've got yours, Anita? I hope that yes means you've got it and not that I forgot it. Because I remember cutting them and I don't see a stack of them. So I think I mailed them all. Now before we go ahead and stick this, we need to cut this little piece here, which is actually upside down. So you're going to use this as your guide for your cutting. I thought that would be good because sometimes that angle is hard when you're just kind of doing it freehand. So that is how you got that. So we can go ahead and put on, and I liked this back part that had the sign. You can see the remnants of it. I just couldn't work it into the design. You know how I am. I get the pieces. I knew what I knew what paper pack, I knew the embellishment pack, and then I couldn't make it work. So what did I have to stamp on the back of here? Working hard in the yard. Okay, I could not think of how to turn that. I could have said, don't work too hard in the yard on your birthday. But that seemed a little wordy. All right, so now that I've totally made you disassemble that background, we're going to go ahead and put our ribbon on. What's really funny, so Carla was sitting next to me at the Lakeland retreat, and she was working on cards. Oh, I wish she were on right now. They were like from 2021, maybe. So long, 4 years ago. And it was kind of like this. It was like, oh, we have to do this. Oh, just kidding. Don't do that. We forgot to put the ribbon on. It was a bunch. It was a little bit of a hot mess. All right, I think now we're good. We've got our hello there, which is going to go here. We've got our love you, which is going to go there. We've got our, and then we're going to add our bling. Okay, things are doing good now, except for that, all those sneezes. Now I could use a tissue. And I'm going to add, these are not CM foam, and you may have some extras. I hate when the designs have foam squares, I hate to not send them to you, but these are not CM and I do not love them. They're really high, and I'm texting for a tissue. You no one wants to hear me sniffle for the next 20 minutes. Can you please bring me a tissue? Or two. Okay. So if you have some CM ones, you may feel like you want to use them, and I am using what I sent you out of solidarity for those that do not, and they work, they're fine, but I don't know, they feel like excessively dimensional. These are, some CM calls them foam squares, other companies call them, or people call them dimensionals, and that's gonna go like that. Thank you, dear. I just had a little sneezing fit, and now I'm my nose is running, and I don't want to be sniffing on Facebook Live. All right, Brendan to the rescue. Yeah, everyone has their creative memories for like 1 second. They sold out so fast, had thin foam squares, and those were my absolute favorite. And I have purchased them other places too, but of course I like to send you CM just because I know the quality is so good. But yeah, these are, do they feel a little high? Oh no, you got the sneezes? They're catching. I was trying to think if I had pepper at dinner. I was at BJ's, like, I swear, 15 minutes before this started. I was running around BJ's. Okay. So this is how we're coming together here. Hello there. Love you. I have a list of 4 people that I need to send cards to. Whoops. All right, so time for some bling. I'm going to do 2 up there in the corner, 1 down here in the bottom. I'm going to snip off 2 because they are connected. And then I'll just do a single one at the bottom. I don't love how close those are because they're connected, but I should have cut them apart. Okay, so that's how that one looks there. I love the wood grain. I love the watercolor. I love several things about this card. I'm glad I remembered the ribbon, though I'm sure it would have been fine without the ribbon. But it's just one more little touch. And that's card number 2. All right. Next up is this one. So this is our fun fold. Friend, just wanted to let you know that you're in my thoughts and prayers. So this one, again, just a little card. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like these are the types of cards that I have been needing most recently. So you're going to see this gray. That is going to fold to the front. But I know some of you are like, birthdays, we need all the birthdays. That piece is going to cover over the top, but it's hard to see it. So this piece is going to go here to the side, and then this piece is going to go on like that, and then it's going to go like that. So go ahead and stick this one down first. Fold it in half. Get that done first. And then it's two-sided, so make sure you're putting that adhesive on the right side. And then we're going to go like this. Now, I like to turn it. Let me go ahead and I'm going to put this one down. The blue on the white. And then I'm going to center it for where I want it to go. And then, so I know where not to put my adhesive. So don't go autopilot and go all the way around. If you put it here, you know not to go past that line. And then when you flip it over, then it works. So I tried a technique here where there's like a white shadow underneath. You can barely see it. You can see it more in my sample. First I stamped with white, and then I stamped with a charcoal gray. Hopefully you don't find that too hard to see. And then this one, just because I didn't put any bling on this one. And that piece kind of just fits right there in between the friend and the sentiment. And that's it for that one. Okay, so this one we have some tearing to do. A little bike on here. You can send it to your your friend that likes to ride mountain bikes or not. It's a cute card. All right, so we're going to use our stripes, and this is another left on the trim. I'm going to take a little bit off that edge, ever so slight amount. Of course, you could use this other wood grain on the other side, but I like this multicolor. All right, so now for the part that everyone is going to be upset about. So we're going to tear this, and we're going to go corner to corner. And are we going corner to corner? I'm trying to think now. No, you're gonna leave like a ½ inch. So like from here to here. So not quite corner to corner. We're going to go from here to here. And we're tearing, so it's not an exact science, and don't stress about it, because whatever you get, we're just going to work with. Now, I'm not sitting with you, so I don't know what you're working with, but it's going to be okay. So after you tear it, we're going to put them back together like this. So the hard edges, of course, they're hiding off the screen again. These edges are going to go in the corners, and you're going to overlap. So it's going to look like this. So you're just going to overlap them. So it's kind of like, you know, riding out of a cave on the bike. Of course, you could play around with your position. You could just do one, and you could do the bike, you know, it doesn't have a person on it, but you could have it coming down the hill or however you want. But in my mind, this is how I thought it would go down. So now I'm out of tape. And I have no regular tape. I am out. So I have some on order. All right, so we're doing like this so that there's a little bit of that paper. We're not covering it all up. And then I'm going to overlap. And I'm using the repositionable. Remember, the repositionable turns into permanent. Just kind of repositionable when you're first, you know, using it. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to put the wishing you a very happy birthday. For some reason, I didn't center it. I feel like I should center it. And let's dig out the bike here. And depending on how, you know, how much you tear, you know, you can expose less. So if you want more of the paper exposed, you could always come back. Now this is where it gets a little dangerous with paper because what can happen is people are like, well, let me just take a little bit more. It's kind of like cutting hair, just a little bit more off the top. Oh, just a little bit more, and then disaster ensues. So I am gonna make it a little more drastic. I went back in for a bigger haircut, just to open up this space a little bit more. So, and then we can go ahead and add on. We can add on the bike and add on the wishing you a very happy birthday. And thankful for the repositionable. I can kind of move this over, even open that up a little bit more. And there, so super simple. We just, those two pieces of paper, and then we went ahead and tore them, and it kind of gives that little dirt rumpled feel. And it's okay if it's not flat, if you crumpled it up a little bit or wrinkled it. You could just ball it up and unball it and embrace the ruggedness of that one. All right, and then finally we have our thank you so very much. Just visited my friend from high school in Oregon. I've wanted to send her this card because these trees remind me of the trees we saw in Oregon. I had to wait till after tonight. Actually, I'm going to one of the things that the classes for Saturday I'm going to send to her. I'm going to make on Saturday and send, or actually it's a Friday night class. It's the last class of Friday. I'm going to send that to her. So I'm going to do Oregon pictures. So that little wood goes there on the side, and then we're going to add our tree. And it kind of goes the full length of the card. Hey everyone, that's hopping on. Carrie just hopped on. And I should have put this one on first. So I'm going to sneak this thank you very much under there. I just popped up the hammock on this one. I didn't pop up the other. I love this sentiment, this stamp. Thank you so very much. I just think the font is really pretty. If I can get it on straight, that would be even better. And our hammock. So pop up the hammock here, and this card, so relaxing. I like to go lay in this hammock out. There was just so low humidity where we were in Oregon, up in the high desert. It was lovely to be outside. It was cool, not humid. Brendan wanted his beanie. There was no beanie happening in Florida today, or most of the U.S. Although I will say, even in Bend, Oregon, the week before we got there, they had 100-degree temperature. Thankfully, we're just our regular status quo down here right now. Just our 90s or 80s. Okay. Oh, so high. Those foam squares. Really, really high. All right, so I still am in possession of my 3. No, this is the one that did not work. This is the one. It's like Goldilocks over here with precision point adhesive tonight. I have one that won't come out at all, and I have one that's kind of blobby. Get it together. Precision point adhesive. All right. I'm going to attempt to put on my copper blobs, but as a good alternative, like I said, you should have more of your bling that you can use if you've just given up on them altogether. And that is it. So you've got some other little pieces that we didn't use. You could make another card if you want. We've got spring memories ahead. Of course, you could cover that up with another sentiment. This little toolbox is very fun. The little backpack and water bottle. Maybe you could put that on the inside of your bike one. Kind of just put it down on the inside if you are sending it to someone that's biking. And you might, if you're a scrapbooker, you might want to use these on your other scrapbook pages, out and about, enjoying nature. So those are just extra. Or if these are the types of things that clutter up your life, then you can just throw them away. And I won't tell. You don't have to feel bad. It's okay. I'm releasing you from them if you're not going to make a card or use them on a scrapbook page. All right, but that concludes our, oh wait, is there another one under here? Yep, spring is here. So there's another, spring is here. So that concludes. Oh, a good thing you did, Debbie. Didn't even know you were here. Oh, thank you, Carrie. That's very sweet. You are an expert at the craft. All right. So we did have a birthday. I was like, oh man, did we not even have a birthday? We had a thank you, a birthday, one that can be used for everything, and then 2 sort of comfort cards. All right. And oh, that was dangerous. Aw, thank you. I hope that you guys have sending them out. I got a sweet note from one of our card kit subscribers that she, you know, one of the people she sent her a card to told her, you know, how beautiful the cards were. And so she just wanted to share with me that, you know, that people enjoy getting them, and I appreciate there's many of you have actually shared that, and I'm so glad that you're mailing them, honestly. I have stacks and I try to mail them out. I'm trying to gather our to do our drawing here. Multitasking. But I love to send them out, and because we just get mail, we get bills and not fun things in the mail. Like half of my mail I throw away because it's just ads and it's junk, and so it's really nice to yes, always purchase forever stamps. I have some, but yeah, whenever I do purchase stamps, you never know. And it's great that they work forever because the price of stamps keeps going up too. But that's just it. It's nice to get something in the mail. You know somebody went the extra step. Actually, can I tell a funny story really quick? My son has to mail something. He has to like print something out and mail it in. And he was like, oh, that's the hardest part. And his wife, my daughter-in-law, was like, no, no, getting your degree was much harder than that. But it's amazing how just that step of not even making the card or writing out the card, but just, you know, getting the stamp on it and getting it out in the mailbox is sometimes really hard for people. So when they open the mailbox and get something beautiful from you, just imagine how that lifts their spirits. So thank you so much for doing that and for being on here tonight. Let's go ahead and do our giveaway. Let me see. I forgot I have to get on here so I can see what's happening. Hello, trying to get on here. What's happening? There we go. All right. Thanks for that, Carrie. She's always in the know about stuff that way. I totally did not even know that that was happening, but I just assume that they're raising it every other minute because it feels like they are. Carrie. And let's see. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Okay, that is not me. Oh, and it's Carol. Is Carol still on here? Carol, are you there? Oh, I see that you're watching. Carol, give us a comment, say hey, yay! Carol's still on. That's great. Congratulations, Carol. And I think we're going to see you this weekend, so for sure. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, to Thursday. When will I see you? I'll see you a couple times this week. And you can tell me how you would like your CM credits. So thank you everyone for being on here. Congratulations to our winner, Carol. I appreciate you all being on here. Look forward to seeing many of you this weekend as we road trip on Route 66 and get our scrappy kicks on Route 66. So looking forward to seeing you all, and you don't have to participate in the classes if you don't want. You can just spend the weekend scrapbooking your own projects. But if you are there, we will be having a class for every state that Route 66 goes through. We'll be starting in Chicago on Friday, and we will end in California on Saturday, and we will have lunch in New Mexico on Saturday at noon. But until I see you again, stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye.